Everything explained in this video is summarized from the CoinMarketCap, and also please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for future XRP news and some other cryptocurrency news in general. Now, take a look at this countdown in Ripple SEC case. Final deadline approaches on October 20th. Before we move further, there is a new crypto airdrop now taking place on Telegram, which is about to launch anytime soon. Please make sure you participate in this airdrop. The link is in the description of the video. Don't miss out on this. Now let's continue with our video. The continuing legal battle that Ripple is engaged in with the SEC has reached a significant milestone. Chris Larsen, one of the co-founders of Ripple, has been responsible for submitting an important document to the court as the deadline draws closer. Following the issuance of a procedural warning to Ripple by the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, this submission makes its appearance. Recent developments in the case between Ripple and the SEC. Ripple was informed by the United States Second Circuit Court of Appeals on October 22 that it was required to submit Form C as part of its cross-appeal against the Securities and Exchange Commission. A notice of appearance was promptly submitted by Chris Larsen in response to the court's request for additional information. This action is being taken in an effort to speed up the process as the deadline of October 24 draws near. Chris Larsen has filed his appearance, was the statement that was made about the news on the Good Morning Talk close to the end of Form C by the 24th of October. Ripple is required to put in its cross-appeal against the SEC by submitting Form C. Ripple runs the risk of losing the opportunity to offer its oral defense if the form is not submitted within the allotted time. The chief legal officer of Ripple, Ishuer El-Darodi, has made it clear that this filing will not have any effect on the conclusion that the court will make about whether or not XRP is a security. The United States government has not changed its position on the judgment that XRP is not a security. In addition, El-Darodi mentioned that it is quite improbable that the SEC will be able to reach the outcome that it has envisioned in this particular case. The prospects of the case and the influence it will have on XRP, the community of XRP users is waiting with bated breath for the verdict in this case. The price of XRP is anticipated to experience a considerable increase, maybe reaching new highs if Ripple emerges victorious. When it comes to speculation, some speculators believe that the price of XRP might eventually reach as high as $17. Ripple's officials insist that they have not committed any procedural errors and underline that the cross-appeal is intended to reverse the penalties that have been imposed by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Taking everything into consideration, the new moves taken by Ripple represent a significant milestone in the continuing legal battle. The value of XRP may experience a significant surge if the case is determined in favor of Ripple. Mark Fagel, a former attorney for the Securities and Exchange Commission, has found himself in the spotlight to provide valuable insights about the ongoing legal battle between Ripple and the CC. The United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit has just recently issued acknowledgement and notice of appearance default notice in the lawsuit that involves the Securities and Exchange Commission and Ripple. The XRP community has been engaged in a substantial amount of conversation as a result of this statement, with many individuals interpreting it as a warning to the SEC regarding its compliance in the proceedings. We do not doubt that you are keen to acquire additional information regarding the implications of this for the regulation of cryptocurrencies in the years to come. Continue reading to gain some understanding. Meaning behind the notice, Fagel made it clear that the notice is directed directly at Chris Larsen, one of the appellees in this case, who is a co-founder of Ripple. These acts are not being targeted by the notice. He explained that the legal team representing Larsen had missed the deadline of October 18 to submit the appropriate notice of appearance, which resulted in the court granting a 14-day extension for compliance. Fagel drew attention to the significant repercussions that this error could have. If Larsen's legal team fails to submit the required papers by the deadline of November 5, they run the risk of losing the chance to deliver oral arguments, which might drastically damage Larsen's position in the case. Legal strategy implications regarding Chris Larsen's legal approach. The notification presents several significant obstacles. His counsel may be unable to properly advocate for him if they miss the revised deadline on November 5. This will result in Larsen having less of an impact on the case. It is especially important to adhere to the standards of procedure in high-stakes litigation, such as the SEC Ripple case, which is being keenly monitored. This instance demonstrates the importance of doing so. Ripple's upcoming behaviors during this time Ripple's chief legal officer, Stuart Alderati, has confirmed that the company will present its pre-argument by the 25th of October in the year 2024. The finding that Judge Torres made regarding the institutional sales of XRP will be challenged by this filing. After that, a timeframe for appeal papers will be established, and the SEC will most likely be given up to 90 days to respond, which could potentially extend the legal struggle until the middle of the year 2025. In the ongoing legal struggle that Ripple is having with the SEC, the company is taking decisive action. Chris Larsen, one of the co-founders of the company, has submitted an important document to the court just as the deadline for a crucial filing is drawing near, following a warning issued by the Second Circuit Court of Appeals regarding procedural issues about Ripple's case. This step in the process has been taken. Can you provide an update on the latest developments in the SEC case? Ripple was reminded by the Second Circuit Court of Appeals on October 22 of the significance of completing its Form C submission for the filing of a cross-appeal against the Securities and Exchange Commission. The rapid action that Larsen took consisted of presenting an urgent motion to speed up this process in advance of the deadline that was approaching. Will Ripple be able to meet the deadline for Form C? The Form C document must be submitted by Ripple by the 24th of October for the company to preserve its right to challenge the decisions made by the SEC. If Ripple fails to meet this deadline, it may be unable to retain the right to provide an oral defense in court. Stuart Alderati, chief legal officer of Ripple, highlighted that the submission of Form C will not change the current classification of XRP as a non-security. This classification has been in place at the moment because the verdict that has already been made respecting XRP is still enforceable under national law. He pointed out that it is difficult for the SEC to achieve the objectives that it intended at this level. What does this perhaps mean for the future of XRP? The neighborhood surrounding XRP is keeping a close eye on the progress of the case. A favorable verdict for Ripple might result in a considerable increase in the price of XRP. Some fans have predicted that the price may even return to its previous all-time high to reach ambitious amounts such as 17 in the future dollars. The filing made by Chris Larsen demonstrates Ripple's dedication to the issue at hand. The opportunity to present a defense may be lost if Form C is not submitted by the deadline of October 24. According to Ripple, XRP is considered to be a non-security under the laws that are now in place. If the case is successful, it might have a significant effect on the value of XRP on the market. The preemptive measures taken by Ripple reflect a significant turning point in the company's legal path. The information that has been provided is not intended to be trading advice. There is no responsibility for any investments that are made based on the information that is provided on this page. Before making any decision about investments, we strongly advise conducting independent research and consulting with a knowledgeable professional.